If you're anything like me and you've spent time recently in a GameStop, you've probably found this guy hanging on the wall somewhere in the Switch section. Essentially what this Joy-Con grip does is turn your standard Joy-Con controller into something that more resembles this guy. A much bigger, more ergonomic controller, similar to what you'd find with an Xbox. But how good of a job does it do exactly? How about we go back to the desk and find out? This is the PDP Gaming Joy-Con Charging Grip Plus. On the front, you're going to see a good representation of what the product looks like, as well as the main features of the unit. Play and charge, and the trigger extensions. Now, some people will buy this only for its play and charge function. That's fine. I think the majority of people, though, like the trigger extensions feature and choose this product specifically for that feature. This is going to be for people who prefer larger controllers like myself, who's accustomed to a Xbox controller and not the Switch Joy-Cons. This is tiny. It's super tiny. I don't want this. I've got small hands, sure, but they're beefy. I've got sausage fingers. I find myself pressing multiple shoulder buttons or the wrong shoulder button pretty frequently when I use standard Joy-Cons. The box itself is going to be pretty indicative of what you'd see with a standard Switch device. It's going to have some basic instructions on the back to show you how to install your Joy-Con controllers into the unit using this flap. That flap is also where your trigger extensions are housed. As pretty as the box is, let's crack this bad boy open and see what's up. Full disclosure, it has been opened once before. The box looked a little sketchy. There's this little, I don't know if you can see it, it's got some gunk on it. I just wanted to make sure everything was on the up and up. That's why the little plastic pits are already cut. So, inside the box, we have our Joy-Con grip and a standard USB-C cable. It's a very standard USB cable. It's not braided, but it does match the color of the Joy-Con grip. It's that nice light matte gray. So, first impressions of this unit, not bad. It passes the eyeball test. You can tell it's an officially licensed Switch product because it's got the seal on the box, but it's also got the official Switch logo. In hand, I can already tell the beefier grip is going to feel a lot nicer and more comfortable over long sessions. I can feel the difference between this and the standard charging grip. It's much bigger. I know you can't see it on camera because of the angle, but there is a pretty substantial difference in size. Alright, so let's install some Joy-Cons and get a better look at this thing. So, first of all, with the OLED Joy-Cons, this thing looks sick! As you can tell by the layout, I'm pretty partial to this shade of gray and white mixed together. So this thing is right up my alley in terms of aesthetic. Overall, it feels nice, has good weight once the Joy-Cons are installed. I'm also seeing a few differences right off the bat. Like, you can tell that the grip does have a larger overall feel because on the charging grip by PDP, the grip extensions stop around the top of the controller, whereas on the standard Joy-Con grip, they stop a little bit short of the shoulder buttons. I feel like I can play hours on end with this one. So let's test the charge function. I've got the standard USB-C that comes with all Switch standard products, like the Joy-Con charging grip that they offer. Let's see if this actually works inside of this grip. No issues. The standard USB-C that comes with the Nintendo charging grip works just fine. As you can see on the bottom, it's got the indicator lights to show you that the Joy-Cons are charging. So from what I can tell, this unit's functioning like it should. So let me end here. I'm going to test this for a little bit and then I'll come back with my final thoughts. Oh. Can I catch a snowflake? What happens if I catch a snowflake? Oh, there we go. I spent just under 10 hours reviewing this unit, and I have to say it's a definite keeper. While the shoulder buttons aren't as satisfactory as, say, what you would see on a Xbox controller, you have to keep in mind that this is a controller grip, not a controller. All this is doing is making your Joy-Cons feel more like this, which I think it absolutely nailed. Honestly, the big problem I was looking out for the most while reviewing this unit was something I saw that was somewhat common in the reviews, where people would have multi-inputs from both shoulder buttons when they press. I never had that issue. And keep in mind, I reviewed this unit just under 10 hours. So I had enough time with this controller grip to where if I was going to get the multi-input issue that a lot of people had with these shoulder buttons, it probably would have happened. To be frank, I think most people who experience that problem probably white knuckle their controllers and were just holding on to this way too hard. But I think your standard user won't have that problem because most people aren't hard on their controllers. Granted, take that as my opinion, but I think the overall reviews on this unit are a pretty good indicator that what you're getting is a solid Joy-Con grip. So, what's my final verdict on the PDP Gaming Joy-Con Controller Grip Plus? I think it's a solid buy. The only real gripe I have with this controller, once it's in the Joy-Con grip, is the shoulder buttons, which is the main feature, granted, do feel just slightly mushy. But you have to understand the reason why they feel that way is because these aren't the native shoulder buttons. These are essentially just extensions, which is exactly what they're selling you. They're not trying to sell you anything different. I think the overall ergonomic comfort you experience with this particular controller, this Joy-Con grip, is going to far exceed any issues that you would have with slight mushiness on the shoulder buttons. For $25, I think this is a solid pickup for someone with sausage fingers like me or a bigger hand. It provides a more ergonomic grip on what are admittedly tiny Joy-Con controllers, and it's going to give an overall better gaming experience, especially if you're a session gamer who likes to go 4, 5, 6 hours at a time or more. So as I'm sitting here editing the video to try to get it out on Sunday, I realized something. I never recorded an ending. Pretty smart, right? So regarding the Joy-Con grip, I'm going to put some links in the description so that if you want to test it out for yourself or buy one, you can. They will not be affiliate links. They're just straight up links to the product. Go buy, enjoy. I don't care if I get paid for it or not. As always, y'all, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you're new here and you like what you see, hit the subscribe button. I try to upload to YouTube once a week. You can also find me on Twitch 3 times a week, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And then I upload intermittently to TikTok when I have something that's worthy of being put over there. One more thing. I'm open to suggestions. So if you guys see any tech products out there that you kind of want to see reviewed to get an idea on what it's like because you don't want to spend the money on it, let me know in the comments below. Aiming for around $50 or less USD. Gonna test out one thing every couple weeks. Additionally, if I choose the product that you suggested, I'm gonna make sure that you get credit in the video and you'll be listed as producer in the credits. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. My name is Marsh. This is Assorted Nerdery, and I will see you soon. Bye.